Okay.
And also,
Okay, this is the Fairhaven Shade Tree Commission meeting of October 1st, 2025. In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, public meetings may be held in person or by means of communication equipment to include streaming services or other online meeting platforms. This meeting is being held in person and through the Zoom meeting platform, being broadcast from Borough Hall, 748 River Road, Fairhaven, New Jersey. Public participation for this meeting on October 1st, 2025 is available by call-in phone number or through Zoom. Members of the public will be on mute until it is time for questions or comments, which will be announced. At that time, the public has the opportunity to question or comment by phone or through Zoom by the raise hand button and will be called on at the appropriate time. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and the Star Ledger on January 31st, 2025. Posted on the Borough website, the bulletin board in the municipal building, and has remained continuously posted as required under the statute. With adequate notice having been given, the Shade Tree Commission Secretary is directed to include this statement in the minutes of this meeting. Okay, roll call, Christie.
Leah Begani. Neil Blecker. Peter DeGotti. Mike D'Angelo,
Here.
Chris Larson,
Here.
Chris McCabe. Rebecca Pleat. Here. Jill Sullivan. Bonnie Torsidia. Here. Also present is Borough Secretary Christy Larson. You have a quorum.
Okay. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay. Anyone have any questions regarding the prior meeting minutes or comments or concerns?
Not about the minutes, but you know, the tree, the elm is gonna be planted in Fairhaven Fields, but I thought that was a new notification at the council meeting.
We gotta approve the minutes
Okay.
first.
Anyway.
Jumping right in.
Jump right in. So, no questions, comments? Okay, get a motion approved. Say it. You,
Oh, you want that?
oh, you weren't here. Okay, fair enough. I'll say it. All right, minutes approved. All right, project updates. Bill Brash, lucky enough to join us one more time, maybe a few more times, who knows? For our CFMP discussion. So we have our final draft. And then, Bill did update with comments provided by Bonnie and, Bill, I know, in the email, you did have a couple of questions, so I guess we can maybe go over those.
yeah, there's one question I wasn't too sure about, because in the August meeting, we discussed a list of overarching concerns we wanted the plan to meet. It didn't really fit into the state's blueprint, where they talk about elements and objectives and then action items to support those objectives and elements.
Okay.
So, but I wanted to include them, so I kind called them milestones.
Mhm.
Okay? They're on page 22, I think. I recall. On that. Yes. Milestones, and then the last one, it called to remove them.
Are you talking about page 20 or 22?
I have 22 on mine. It might be,
I think when I added all that stuff, it pushed it.
it may have.
You're
There's,
talking about the Fairhaven Borough milestones,
yes,
so I put that in,
yes,
and my feeling was they were important things that were kind of the backbone of why we want to save our trees.
right.
But their milestones have to be measurable, right? So I don't know that these are measurable. And so I was thinking that they should not be labeled as milestones, they should maybe just be, like, I changed that sentence.
Okay, so you didn't wanna remove all of, just the the term
Just-
milestone.
Just
I mean,
structure.
isn't that true that a milestone needs to be measurable?
I think so.
Like improve air quality, like, I mean, that is something, that is a goal for fair, we wanna, those are all good things that trees do, I mean, that's why I changed it to the benefits the trees provide, and these are the benefits. They're not necessarily milestones that we're aiming for,
Okay,
maybe it wasn't,
uh,
I did a lot of editing.
everything that,
There were more inspirational goals.
Yeah, well, they're just kind of like, why it's important this.
every.
So
all
is
these-
the terminology, the title or the
Well, so then,
placement of,
I mean, so then you go below it with the plan imitation, you have elements, the training and education element, and then you have objectives and action items, so we do have it right below. I just don't think those qualities, the benefits of trees should be called milestones.
I agree, cause like improving our quality,
Yeah.
but that's not a milestone, that's an
Right.
ongoing goal,
Right,
right?
I
Like,
don't think the shade tree commission's gonna take that ability.
no, I don't think so either.
I mean,
At least in the
Yeah.
next 5 years.
but,
Just you wait.
I gotta think of what to call these, because all the elements and the objectives and the action items. Everything that, they support all these, however, 10 of these. And
The time
From
mission
milestone-
statement almost
yeah, well, that,
bullet
I mean,
pointed mission.
Bill, what I thought. Get my computer out here.
you know, and it's almost like endeavors or something like that.
Um,
Think about
Maybe
it.
like a holistic approach.
Christie, are you able to pull that email up on the screen?
The one that he wrote today?
Yeah, I guess it.
the
we'll
daily
do that.
version.
Yeah, see that.
The most
The
recent.
document or the email?
Well, yeah, the email has the questions in it,
Okay.
but I think the document, because I can refer to the questions, but Bill knows the questions, they came from him, but. Can we put the document up there?
I mean, Bill, what I took that top paragraph, the Borough of Fairhaven through the CFMP is looking to produce a plan to manage the forest resource. To ensure that Fairhaven residents continue to enjoy the many benefits that trees provide, including. And then I thought you'd list all these benefits that trees provide.
Okay,
Now, whether that leads into plan implementation, I'm not sure.
I think it does.
But I just
I'd
think-
like this, I'd like to be able to provide a connection if we can, because. These are, I think of more than benefits. And that's exactly it.
Yeah,
And when I saw the edit that said remove this, I thought you meant to remove all of
I remember with milestones, I
Okay.
didn't know. I didn't want to slash things, I just was kind of putting in my suggestions.
Sure.
it. And I think it's important because this is what you're looking to accomplish, kind of,
Mhm.
at least affect these things positively as a result of the plan. And I'm not sure how we capture that.
The goals would have to be measured as well.
Yeah, they're not goals, objectives, or action items. And I don't know that we can say they're elements, so, what do we call them? Things to strive for?
Principles, guiding principles.
Principles,
Principles.
that's what we're searching for, I think. Principles?
It's, I mean,
Principles. I think that's a good one. This is the principles that's guiding the plan.
Yeah. Guiding
oh, so you could say
principles.
that,
Yeah.
these are, the principles that will guide our plan. I mean, well, what I said is looking to produce a plan to manage the forest, we should ensure. To it, the many, I don't know, principles.
Why? I mean, the statement right before that is. It's benefits, it's,
That's a different thing.
So-
Because this is,
this just came
I-
in tonight.
well,
Yeah,
Oh.
so we're working with wait, so the comments that
Oh.
Bonnie made that were submitted,
Yesterday,
right, but
Yeah.
Christie, you sent them out, did you?
Yeah, it was last week, I think, that I received,
And then,
but I completed them today.
Okay.
yeah,
Thought it was last week.
so. Well, your comments, where do we,
Well, I made
your
original
comments are,
comment.
your comments that came in, you submitted yesterday.
yeah, I redlined, I
Under
had,
the deadline. Oh, yeah, so they're in here now, so this is the most
right, but you
recent
can't tell,
this evening.
it's not red anymore, so you can't tell it's me doing it,
Okay.
and
Correct. Yeah.
We
so.
changed it to green.
This was the one I was really
Yeah, it's,
unsure of, so
I
that's
agree.
why I left it as a
And,
different color font.
I just, again, just, I mean, Fairhaven Borough, see if instead of mild on,
Many benefits that trees provide,
Do you?
Colon.
Yeah,
and get rid of the.
that's the title,
Get rid of the title,
that's what I was kind of thinking.
and
Okay,
then here you go, you have,
Because it's technically under the community engagement and well-being section, right?
Yeah,
Like it's. looped into
it
every-
is under community engagement.
Yeah. So it kind of is already like has its own
Okay,
title.
So-
which has it.
I'm using that first statement with a colon. I'm taking the title off and then the bullet points stay.
But you wanna go back, cause I added a bunch of stuff in that community wellbeing thing too, that's totally different.
They're all there.
So I know, I feel kind of like I didn't mean for it to just go in and not to discuss it ahead of time, so I
Okay,
don't, I
well,
mean,
you
I don't know.
you can
but-
discuss it.
yeah.
What
Okay.
do you want?
What did you teach?
What
Wait, I-
Bonnie, much space between the which and was clearly.
On the previous page 21. Okay, if you look at that last paragraph, that's where Bonnie handed. And the
So-
community of
so
Fairhaven
Bill-
has an outstanding volunteer network.
Bill, my suggestion was to take all of that out. And instead put, yeah, the community of Fairhaven has an outstanding, yeah, but take out no, leave that in. But, the undergone significant changes since the completion of the last, that's not relevant anymore, that was the last plan, right? That was
So
when.
the first
Wait, Mike,
paragraph,
that's-
10 years old.
Mike, that's when you did the last plan, right? You weren't. Right, but you were on that, right? And there's,
Ten? Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
so the
it's,
first paragraph goes,
well, I mean, don't you think that was relevant back then? And it's, I mean. We haven't undergone since the completion of the
In
last.
10 years?
Okay,
So.
all right, well,
Yeah.
but I think that was, Referring-
1920.
that was.
You look good, Mike.
Okay. But see, there was not a restructuring and a 3-year hiatus when the borough appointed an entirely new commission. That's not true.
I mean, you're correct.
Yeah, that, that happened the last time,
Yeah.
Correct,
right, Mike?
That was
That-
before me.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's gone. Can
I
we
guess-
go dead wood?
So,
the
I
first,
mean,
that
where do
first
you wanna pick
paragraph
that up?
Maybe
goes.
that whole first paragraph doesn't make sense then.
yeah, that's why I took it. I don't actually think that the second paragraph. Any relevance either, because
Since. What, this CMFP?
Hey, Chris.
do you think anybody's looked at this?
No.
No, so see, I mean, none of it's true. I'm sorry, but it's just not, it's like, so this is community engagement and well-being, that's why I started that 4th paragraph.
So you wanna take the first two
The Fairhaven.
The
paragraphs
community
out?
of Fairhaven has an outstanding volunteer network, that was community engagement to me and well-being.
Gotcha.
Because I don't think anything above the existence has been,
Last 5 years have been. Yeah, I guess they're not.
I mean, do you think that has any relevance or,
Change in terms of both municipal personnel and our own membership.
or Bill, is it important to put it in there to show that we
No.
haven't been using it, we need
Your
to start
plan.
using it.
Yeah, no, it's your plan, I
And
think,
give it a sense of. Time frame, right, that this is. This is an updated plan that hasn't been updated in.
A lot.
Over 5 years, right?
The last one was 2014 to 2019. That was the 5-year plan.
So.
So read the first, the community of Fairhaven, and see if you think that is okay. for this section, because that's the thing I read about, if you go up this part. Do you wanna read it out loud first, cause I can't see.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have my glasses, but I
I
can't.
had,
Yeah.
alright, let's see.
I can read it, I got it right
Okay,
here.
alright, Bill can read it.
Thanks.
She's doing it.
Can you read it?
Sure, especially now. Community of Fairhaven has an outstanding volunteer network, cleanup days in the natural air. On the Third Street Trail. There we go.
Lovely.
These trail have become popular events where residents help maintain our wooded areas by cleaning brush. Pulling invasives and planting trees. DPW assistance in clearing debris, piles, and chainsaw work is critical in these endeavors. DPW's good working relationship with one of the town's 3 contractors results in I get it. Tree contractors results in rare drop-offs of wood chips that are used to maintain our natural area trail system. The STC promotes these volunteer opportunities on Instagram and in the weekly Borough Buzz online newsletter. We also worked with Rumson Fairhaven High School to help students satisfy volunteer hour requirements. By involving residents and students, we strive to encourage appreciation of our natural areas and their trees and what is necessary to protect.
It keeps going,
Okay.
I was being long-winded.
Well, it's the second page, yeah.
So I was,
So
can I just say that I was reading the instructions, I had all these documents out and I was trying to put in, they wanted to show working relationship.
Yep.
Right, so I was trying to, that's what I was.
I
I
think this is great.
think you did.
Yeah. This is very.
Alright, read this. Yeah, I mean, you're tying it in, you're talking about those areas that need trees, but there isn't an issue because they're
Okay, so the
gas.
second paragraph,
Parking lots.
do you think anybody will have a problem with the second paragraph?
For the past 4 years,
No, shade tree commissioners regularly attend council meetings on the land on tree related issues. Raising the.
you could change it to shade tree commissioner.
Well, I didn't.
So that's a new paragraph where it says ST commissioners.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it says raise, yeah,
Okay,
so. Okay, but the
Yeah,
thing that I just wasn't, resulting in the landscaping project at the newly renovated police department, DPW headquarters being planted with valuable native trees. Is that, I think that a lot of, speaking about the native trees and importance, getting Sherry involved with that. Did result in, it's all native trees out there, it's wonderful, and it really.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember, yeah, that definitely was.
And I wanted to include the LTE that we use her, I was trying to include all the things that we were supposed to, but working.
So
This-
forgive my ignorance here, but this is all talking about what we have done, how is this a plan?
No, this is engagement, it's a section here called, and it's talking about, like, for example, when you go back to the old one. Or where's mine? Or the instructions, it just says how, it asks all these questions about your community and how you engage in the community, so that's.
Right, but do we say like how we will in the
So
future?
describe past, present, and desired future community involvement and urban.
The
So
desired
I'm,
future,
so yeah, this, I was just reading
Yeah.
what we were supposed to put and trying to fill it in.
yeah.
And then they kind of talk about where we need trees, like are they, there are spaces that don't have them, so. I didn't write that last paragraph. That was
Borough Fair.
the municipal master plan. Next, number.
Well, that's current. Bill, did you
Yes.
put that in? Or-
yeah, no,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
based
yeah,
on
yeah.
the discussion that was had.
Bring it in, right.
The two,
Tie
wait,
it in, yeah.
are you talking about the tool trees?
No, the other paragraph.
The last paragraph.
The last paragraph, that was Bill tying it in that we don't have any mention of forestry really, in our master plan. And
Yeah,
now we
that's,
can implement, now we have an updated plan, we can suggest it be used as a reference.
so go back to, what Bill would do, I just want to show that other part that I put in, that replaced, Chrissy, that, thing we were talking about that was repeated. The,
Yeah,
you have the same,
where is that?
okay, that is,
In the beginning,
yeah, kind of near the beginning.
yeah, about the chairman and then.
Yeah. Um,
Community overview?
It's here.
yeah, but I started thinking that maybe I didn't do that. I mean,
The last
so
paragraph,
it's
on
page
page
4.
yeah, the last paragraph on page 4 is what you provided.
Mhm. And I wanted you to take out everything else because it's already repeated under the plan management.
Okay,
So, right? I mean,
Sure.
isn't it the exact same thing?
Do you have that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, my goodness.
I got a lot of them.
Is he being,
Well, I just, so,
you gonna drag those hours?
What did you want?
so we're on page 4, although it's, so the community overview was the same as
Yes, I noticed.
the community forestry program administration. So community overview, if you want to read that new section, and Bill, did you take out the,
I did not take out the administration,
well, it should only be one place.
right?
Okay, go back.
That, this one certainly could come out of community overview, if it's
Yeah,
not.
the beginning, because it's under the plan administration, that whole section, the same language is twice in this report.
Okay, so for this, we can take it out of community overview, from overview down to the Borough of Fairhaven, leave. the
So
Borough
that's
of
where it
Fairhaven.
should be, the community forestry program administration, that's okay. But then when you go back to community overview, go back to that, on page
Page
4
4.
or somewhere around there.
This is.
See the
page
Fairhaven is, see it says the same thing as that was in there? So then I added, after the borough attorney, go up a little
Yeah,
bit, Christie.
Yeah, the last paragraph.
Nope,
But
nope, nope, back the other way. Back that way. Okay,
Yeah.
the Borough of Fairhaven is blessed, that I just added as the community overview. If you wanna look at that.
I just want to get this part right. Community overview in this, you want the first 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs removed because it's in, where is
It's
it, where
because
else is it found? you're
It's
saying?
in the plan implementation. It's the exact same thing.
Do we know what page that is?
That's page 16 or,
Okay,
Yeah, I noticed that as well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And this is what
This
you
is what-
suggested,
that's what
can
I
I read
said.
under your shoulder?
you can read, yeah.
okay, it's now on the new page 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first paragraph is exactly the same as overview.
Lack of regard, it's true. Sorry, it might be harsh, but we can change it, so.
No,
I
no,
think
There's
it's
some
fine.
harshness in that. So,
Okay, we leave it in administration, take it out of community overview.
yes,
Yeah, absolutely. Got it.
well, yeah, I was trying to say development plans, but I wanted to say by development percent mostly.
I have one more question. When a resident has a tree problem, okay? Concern for a tree, it's at risk. Or they want a tree planted or something tree related. How do they contact the borough and who do they speak to? Do you have do you guys have like a a form that they fill out if they want a tree or if they want?
No one's ever called asking for a tree.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an interesting thing, because I think we should be available to, if somebody's interested, like I just had a friend who said, I don't know what to plant here, can you come over and look at my house? She needed a little skinny tree, and so I thought, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah,
Say, well, you know, that's a good one, that's a bad one. I told her to go over to the police station and look at those skinny trees, that there's hop hornbeams. I said,
Yes.
those would be perfect.
European hornbeam?
I'm not sure, there's two different kinds of hornbeams, hopefully it's not European, hopefully it's the native one.
Probably European if it's
Probably is.
thin, but,
When
So-
you, but when, Bill, when you say that somebody wants to plant a tree somewhere, are you talking about like they're looking to source a tree?
Oh, no,
Or
they're-
They're looking for
maybe
guidance,
they're looking for a tree in front of their house that's in the right of way.
okay,
Where I know that your right of way is a little bit different in most towns in that, it's difficult to see where your right of way begins and where it ends.
Mhm.
Because there's not a lot of sidewalk, it's, small lots and so the trees, is it on private property or is it on, in the right of way?
Mhm.
And, but if somebody called and said, and had it, the tree was in the right of way or they were unsure and they say, I'm concerned about this tree.
Mhm.
It's, I think, in the right of way, but it's in the front of my house. How do they do that?
So that call would come to me and I would look in our inventory to see whether it's plotted, whether it's a tree in our inventory.
Okay,
And then I would send that report, if it is, to Nick Berchinski, he's the DPW director, and Sherry Spiro, the LTE.
yes,
We've had quite a few calls of, apparently the Shade Tree Commission used to do this, plant trees in the right of way in front of people's houses that are now all either dead or diseased or something, so they keep calling wanting us to pay for them to be removed. But then we have Sherry assess the health of the tree.
okay. So if somebody,
That's not been a practice, like even with this buying program, we say you have to plant it out of the right of way, so that is definitely on the owner to maintain it.
okay. So now you have the MS4 ordinance as well for removal and replacement, right? You guys have that ordinance. So if somebody wants, and they have to obtain a permit for that, correct? If they're gonna remove a tree,
Yes,
they have to ask if it's okay. That comes to you as well?
Yeah,
They don't have to ask if it's okay, they just have to fill out a removal.
Fill out a permit to
a
make
tree
sure.
removal application for anything larger than 6 inches in diameter.
Right, and then there's a replacement requirement depending on how large the tree, so that permit, it comes into your office,
Yes, I processed it with Sherry, the Borough LTE,
okay?
she goes on site to review and determine. And
So
then
it
I
goes
would-
to you and then it goes to Shari,
Yep, she would go in the field, make the determination, and the paperwork would come back to me with her field notes, and I would issue the permit accordingly to the resident.
okay,
And then the follow-up to see if they plant the trees that they're required to plant is
Right.
kind of a hole in our system.
Actually, they go to code enforcement, like they've been going code
So
enforcement.
Joe's been found
Yeah, and they have 30 days, and when I send the letter, the 30 days, and if not, then they say they were on the summons. We only have like a very small handful of people that haven't replaced that we're
Really?
supposed to, yeah.
Okay.
Many people did it through the buying program. Which is great,
okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna include that information in administration. In this
Okay.
part of administration, what that process is.
Yeah, with the new ordinance, the enforcement started more with the replacements because it was more black and white in the ordinance, what was supposed to be happening.
Yeah, well, it's all new too, people don't realize they're taking a tree down that they're gonna have to replace it too. That's new for most
or
towns.
pay.
Yeah,
they
or,
pay
or
it.
if they can't plant it on the property, then they have to write a check. So, okay. So code enforcement's the one that follows up on a replacement.
Yeah, I do the first letter. Because I'm the one who issued the permit, that dictates what the replacement schedule is, and I ask them to send me a picture, and it says if you don't comply within 30 days, it goes to enforcement.
Do we require them to keep it alive for a year? I mean, like, how do we, yeah, so that's the thing, like, you check.
I don't even know how you.
So you just put something in and not water it and, cause you definitely care. Just kinda-
Yeah. Let's happen.
Have you not seen that happen?
Of course. Yeah, I don't want a dead tree on their,
They take it out, developers. I'm just saying they put in a tree,
But most of these have been, right, local
Right.
residents.
right, but I'm just saying that there's sometimes.
loopholes.
Developers, yes, but then eventually someone's gonna live there.
Well, you know, a lot of times too, since the resident, if he or she is planting it on their property. Then I'm sure that they're asking for a 1-year warranty from the nursery or the landscaper. And that's pretty standard,
Right.
so that
And I
it would
mean,
be up to them, I think.
And personally, I think if you go through the effort of planting the tree. And we're talking about. We require a decent sized tree, not, I mean, it's not a big tree, but you're gonna end up paying. $400-500 to have something planted in your yard. I mean, if you were that ill intended, like, wouldn't you just pay the couple $100 to, like, to the
I
shade tree?
wasn't thinking about residents, I was thinking about.
We did just
Builders.
have one that came in and we got a $3,000 donation to the Shade Tree Trust because he didn't wanna replace his trees.
Really? Is that the one that just came in yesterday?
No.
With Kevin's on, but.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times
So
these,
that's in your.
if these,
Money.
the builders have to clear trees to build a house. And that's when this thing kicks in as well. Anytime they have to remove trees, and a lot of times they'll just say, look, I'm not worried about, because of exactly what you're talking about, Lonnie. They don't have to follow up or be worried about anything after the fact. A year later, is it still alive, or any of that.
Right.
Right tree and the quality of the tree, the whole bit, so they just write a check and be done with it.
Right.
So, that's how it's done at Freehold anyway, for the most part, the builders. They need the permit, they get the permit to remove X amount of trees, here's your replacement in trees or money, and they just write the check. Is really what it is.
Well, the mask one, I know, Brian, if somebody requests a tree, they give it a tree, right? I mean,
Who's this?
Mask
That's
one,
one,
Bill,
yes.
yeah, Brian Mallon. right?
Brian Mount, yeah, I don't do Manasquan, so I'm not
Oh,
real sure
okay.
about that.
They definitely
About
do.
those.
They do,
And
yeah,
that's what the shade tree commission gives
Anybody-
them the tree.
that wants a tree.
The borough, I
That's
don't know if it's funded through the Shade Tree Commission or through the borough, but if someone calls the Manasquan and requests a tree, a street tree, they will plant one in their yard.
Who takes care of
Ooh.
it?
Pretty amazing.
The
The
borough,
borough plan.
A lot of towns
I
do
would presume
do
the
that.
borough takes care of it.
A lot of towns.
Do that?
Yes, Freehold Township does it, Freehold Borough does
Yeah.
it too. What they won't do is plant a tree in front of a house that that the resident does not want one,
Right.
because it's not good.
Yeah.
They're not
I
gonna
mean,
take care of it.
I would think that down the road that presents issues though, because I've fielded a handful of emails that from people that said, back to Christie's point, when the Shade Tree Commission did do that. 20 years goes by and get an email from somebody who says,
Mm.
the Shade Tree Commission planted this tree in my yard. And now it's big and it's leaning and it's
And I wanted.
on my house or whatever, so you guys, when are you
But I
gonna do
wonder-
it? And I have to write them like,
I wonder. if
null and
you-
void, like, I don't know
Can
what
you
to tell you,
make them
sorry.
a statute of limitations, like we will give it to you, but we're not responsible after?
Yeah,
Most towns, like Freehold Township, the trees are planted inside the walk, so it's technically on private property. State won't fund any of those tree planting projects, because it's on private property.
Mhm.
But the township wants the trees there, they want tree lined
Yeah.
streets.
Sure.
So they'll pay for the tree, but you have to agree to care for it, and you're responsible for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's
It
also,
sounds like-
right tree, right place, right? So if
sounded
When-
really
but
nilly
like-
back then.
a bazillion big trees, then.
Yeah.
Maybe we would do better, who
Right,
knows?
right,
But in 20 years, we won't be sitting here.
right,
I think that's the language Peter used when he was doing that Cosmentary giveaway up there in Road.
right, like they have to
Yeah, they,
accept.
Yes,
But
but
the
those are
women
all
just
definitely
got-
like on their private property.
yeah.
It is just it's something to consider. I mean, this was Brian saying, I can't prevent people from cutting trees down. We're just not gonna fight that battle. He
Mhm.
said, so if you want a tree, we'll give you a tree. Like that's a way of getting them back planted. I mean, we. You'd have to talk to Brian and see how it works. How they get, I don't know how they have so much money,
Yeah,
then they have a big coffer.
you know, there's plenty of towns that require, reimbursement if trees are removed on a lot for house construction. It goes into a big pool, and then they use that money to plant trees.
Yeah.
That's what we're.
It'd be interesting to find out from him how many people do that though.
Yeah.
You know,
Well-
like, I mean, there could be a policy, but it's like, I mean, you do like 2 a year, you know, people don't value themselves to it or don't know,
I
or,
think they do.
Yeah.
They could come,
Yeah.
you can come to a shore area shade tree.
I could, if.
I'm just saying,
No.
Brian runs them. They're
I may have his
hard.
number if you want me to call him or send him a text too, you can probably get.
Yeah, I'd just be interested in how many,
He's been doing that in Manasquan for a long time,
Yeah.
he's been there. But
Well,
every
it's
town's
been 10
different.
months. It's been 10 months and we've just had this one property elect to pay versus replant,
Okay,
but. It's really not enough time because the ordinance just took effect 10 months ago, so in Sherry, it gives people a year to replant.
right,
So we really won't see the whole cycle for a while.
yeah.
true.
And Fairhaven is unusual in that it is not apparent where the property ends and the right of way begins. There's no, there's, you know, few sidewalks.
Yeah.
And if there is, there's not much space between sidewalk and curb, so you can't really plant a tree there. So I'm really amazed at how Arbor Pro knew what trees to inventory, because it's not
That's kind of interesting.
You're just guessing.
sad. But
But
they inventoried a lot of trees.
Yeah, they're not.
They inventoried a lot of trees.
Yes, no.
But I'll include this under administration. If it's important.
Is that okay if you read it, and is it? Everybody okay with that description? Since
Yeah.
it's brand new?
Yep.
So. I was thinking, at the last thing as I say, we have a list of priority planting locations. I was thinking that we should have that as, I added that as an objective. To have a running list that is the part, like, you know, so we take the top priority and keep adding to it every year and updating it, and. So the tulips will be the priority this year, right?
Mhm.
And, you know, and really try to. Have this done so that we can easily go to it and. Pick off the top and then figure out how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna order the trees, when we're gonna plant them, and all that kind of.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that you need to get squared away, because there's some maintenance issues that you guys have when it comes to newly planted trees with the water truck and the staff person, and those issues need to get resolved before you do any kind of large scale planning, I think.
Right.
So I added that as one of the.
I saw
for the year one. or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah, to try to, that seems to me like that should be one of our top. Objectives is to get the watering squared away. I know they keep talking about getting this better pump. They were just talking about adding sprinklers at the DPW, and it's gonna cost $20,000 or something. It's like, well, if they just got the truck fixed, they could water all these new trees.
Yeah.
They're talking about that at the council meeting. And they just need to have. I thought that was a lot, probably just because of the town.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Chrissy, I don't know if there's how DPW works, if they have a watering schedule, like a formal thing that this is what we're doing every week, or this is a list of properties that we need, these are the trees we need. I'm just not sure how organized they are about this, but I feel like it needs to be a really well maintained, so we don't miss any trees and leave them hanging out there to.
Yeah, you know, that part of it's gotta get worked out before you do any of those large scale plantings, you know, whether or not it's a water truck and you have an account for gator bags to make it easier to do it. But newly planted trees, 2 to 2.5 inch caliper tree requires like 15 gallons a week of water during the growing season. And then depending on how many trees you plant, I mean, there's a fact where you have to say, well, if it's beyond this, we can't handle it.
Sure,
you
yeah.
know,
no,
So,
that's-
I thought at the last meeting, Councilman LaBarbera said that he was gonna square that away for the tulips.
He did
Did he?
say he was gonna circle in, and I did meet with Nick last week. last week, yeah, last week about it. I explained to him what we were planning on doing with the tree road, so he's aware of it. But aside from that, yeah, there's no, formal plan or course of operation to, make sure those trees get watered.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much, but it may take a dedicated responsible seasonal kid to do the watering. That knows how to, where the trees are, that, assuming they're not all in one location, a lot of times they get spread out, so he or she would have a route,
Right,
that they have to follow, in the summertime.
Right.
And that's usually how some of the other towns do it.
They have a summer hire.
They have a seasonal person, they have
That's
a
a good-
vehicle with a water tank and a pump.
The problem with ours is it's gravity driven. This is what Dave Carl said, it's so slow.
great summer job.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
But is summer really the time you want to plant trees?
No, but
No,
you have to
they
water
don't
them
need
through the
water.
summer.
Water's to water.
It's- You just need to water.
So, some towns decide that they wanna plant in the fall and they think that it reduces their watering. But the summers have been so dry and so hot that you almost have to water 3-year-old
Mhm.
trees.
Hmm.
So that's the other thing to consider, if you're planting multiple years in a row. And we have the last 3 summers we've had, you end up watering more than just this year's planted trees, you gotta keep last year's planted trees alive, and even the year before that.
Like, I don't think the 2 locust trees that we planted over at the community center playground are on any water schedule. I've gone over and watered them. I've tried to get, Gary Patterson, who lives there, was supposed to go out and water them, but I don't think they're on schedule. And they're from last year, so like, they should need water. They're at that baking out there at that playground.
It's dry, is really dry.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna talk to, I can talk to Drew, cause there's gotta be, and. I mean, I know you brought up the water truck and I know it's in the plan, but I guess does that make sense to have a course of action in the management plan? Because
I
at this
think it's
stage
up
of the
to you
game, I think
guys.
it's kinda,
yeah,
we'd have to really loop in DPW and,
I
to
think
figure it
there's,
out. I mean,
the language in the plan talks about, water truck staffing and a program.
right, but
And
not
then-
like specifics,
No,
like
that's
every
up to you,
Tuesday, these
yeah.
things are gonna.
Oh,
get
No,
watered.
that's for you guys to work out, but, to establish that, it gives you, here it is, it's in the plan, we have to get a watering program for newly planted trees. And set a schedule up, an area where, trucks filled,
Yep.
tanks filled, what the route is for this year. It's 10 trees from this year, it's 15 trees from last year, and here's the locations.
Yeah.
It's not, logistically, it's not bad.
I mean, it's kind of like a tree goes in, there needs to be a checklist after it. Like, it's planted, deer fencing is put on, protective fencing is put on. It's not just deer fencing, it's the mowers that go up and they weed whack the trunk too. It has to have protection and then a water bag. Like, it's like, you need to
Yeah,
get this,
well, if it's mulch, there shouldn't be
Mulching.
any weed whackers, close to the trunk,
Right.
and then you put deer protection on it, and then you put a gator
Yeah.
bag on. And then,
but the-
checklists are great,
Yeah.
especially for seasonal employees, this is
Yeah.
what you
I
got.
think we're getting into very
Okay.
specific courses of action, which we can't. Like, we're not putting that in the plan. I
That's
mean,
correct.
That is something we have to. Address per the plan and get a plan in the future with DPW involved, something like that.
But, the plan identifies where your priority planning locations are, I mean, it's athletic fields, it's the tulips, it's the River Road, when you get to that point.
Business
Um,
district, yeah.
Yeah, because that's where, the only place you really don't have adequate canopy cover.
Mhm.
Plus the athletic fields in some areas where all the bleachers are, it's really,
Yeah.
there's nothing, it's
Yeah,
hot.
That's what we're trying to,
You know.
yeah.
well, that's why we need to put, like Parks and Rec as a partner to really work with them, because we don't have them on board.
So I think those things are spelled out sufficiently. In the plan towards the end there where it talks about elements, objectives, action items.
Mhm.
Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5.
Okay.
That's pretty well spelled in.
Okay,
Uh,
any,
so you want just, confirm that they're in the right order, that you like them.
yeah,
And then it includes, I think that I tried to capture everything that was discussed and laid out for that.
Can you go to that activity schedule year one, that whole?
Yes, that is on
So, I mean, to me,
page 23.
that looks like our most important objective is court and CEU training. I think I thought establish a priority tree planting list maintained by our secretary. Like, isn't that one of our, don't we want to try to get this organized and actually organize a planting, pick the spots, then start working on it? I mean, I feel like planting should be our number one objective. Getting a plan.
I think we also talked about the fact that before you can plant the trees, you gotta have your maintenance part in there.
Yeah.
And that, this is not necessarily because it's year one. I kinda made stuff that was easy for you to ease into the first year, and then as you get further along in your plan and feel the confidence because of all these things that you got implemented, you can get more aggressive as you move forward on that.
Well, would it,
Planting is throughout the whole,
Yeah.
the
yeah,
whole
that's
thing.
like year two, and we're
Yeah,
so is an objective,
support athletic video.
provide adequate watering and tree protection, and then the action item would be encourage DPW to purchase a new pump and a truck and establish a watering schedule, would that
absolutely.
be okay?
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of like how it works.
Is encourage an okay word to use, encourage them or work with them, or?
And fund seasonal work. Uh, partner with Fairhaven DPW to equip and fund seasonal work, that makes it sound like we're going to be equipping and funding a seasonal worker.
Okay,
To me,
That's
like, we're sharing in the financial burden of that. Which we'd love to say we could, but we can't.
that's page 25, is that? That's it.
okay, so instruct,
Actually,
encourage, and
I think. If we say partner with Fairhaven DPW to ensure new plantings are being properly watered and maintained. And that issue would drive the DPW to say, all right, listen, now, we have to take this on. So in order to take this on, Nick would have to basically prepare his budget to include adequate watering equipment,
that would be great. I
Um,
think maintenance maybe should be spelled out. Deer protection, mulch,
okay,
I mean, otherwise, and pruning, I mean, Bill's talk last night talked about the incredible importance of early pruning.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper when you can just do it from the ground and use
Yeah.
hand clippers then.
sure.
But our DPW, I don't know if they know how to properly prune a tree, I don't know.
It's easy enough, really.
Well-
I just did one for Point Pleasant and it was an hour.
Yeah.
And then we went out into the field and did some practical applications, showed them, what we went and talked about. And in 2 hours, you could show them everything that they would normally need to do.
Mhm.
And last night, Bill had a really great diagram of how to properly plant a tree, which is in the last one. They have it in here. We don't have it this time, but I think it's kind of just not a bad thing. Whoever's reading this to just, I don't think many people know proper, I mean, every time I listen to somebody talk about it, I learn something, but it was in here, a really bad photograph. But Bill, is that your priority picture or
No, not at all. I mean, I can include it, absolutely.
this? See, this was in the last.
No, yeah.
I just think it's a really important thing to, and Bill's picture was really good last night.
If you guys need tree planting specs too, anytime, if you're gonna do a tree planting, if you got any questions about that, I'm sure Shari has them as well, okay? But if you need that,
This was good.
I've got great specs and details for both evergreen plantings and deciduous tree plantings.
You should put that in website. Or we could.
Yeah.
share this email.
Okay, so just so, Chris, which one, I'm trying to locate this, is year three, the one that you're concerned?
Oh,
about?
Where do we go to?
Oh, here it is.
Partner, yeah, at the end of year two, partner with Fairhaven DPW to equip and fund the seasonal worker.
Okay,
You know, I think it should really be partnered with Fairhaven DPW to, you know, ensure. A proper water schedule, water and maintenance schedule
establish
established.
water, water and maintenance schedule.
That should include deer mitigation, mulch efforts.
So, like, for example, the police station, they don't have any deer protection on all those trees they just put in. I think I included you on
Yes.
that, you know.
So,
Is there, do we need to have a formal, suggestion or whatever from the shade tree that they do that? Because those trees, there are already two that are damaged already. And Rodney was just started.
was Sherry on that email that
No.
you sent out?
I didn't feel like I was allowed to talk to her directly.
No, but I could forward it to, was Drew?
Drew was on it, I put
Okay.
Nick, Chris, you and Drew. on it.
Oh, so that should be good, but
But I wasn't sure if I was allowed, it had to come from the full shade tree like we approved.
No, you're right, you did the right thing, but I could forward it to, I could follow with Drew and circle Sherry into it. And, you know, just say this is
Yeah,
commissioner and concerned about the, newly planted tree, it's an oversight, doing it, their side, and,
yeah,
no, it's a good point, so, yeah. Pass it along, for sure.
Yeah, everybody needs deer protection.
right away, it's like the day you plant, it should, has to go on, because
Yeah.
they got one of the hundreds.
So,
Bill, any shortcomings?
no,
It
no,
sounds
I'll
pretty strong, it's,
I'll be honest with you, I think it's pretty comprehensive, it's very comprehensive, as a matter of fact, it's very specific. In terms of what your goals and how you're gonna get there are, I'll make these changes. Get one more shot at it, and you know. The thing about it is if there isn't any comments, all right, there's a signature required by the mayor.
Mhm.
But if you want, I'll forward it to the Forest Service for them to review it, and if it's okay, we can just add the page signed by the mayor. And then
Does it
It
have
has
to
to
be
be
council?
accepted by resolution.
Yeah.
okay, so you need a resolution,
right,
Yeah.
okay?
so I mean, I think.
Do you want me to
have
wait before I send it out until you get the resolution?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and
Do
then
that.
I think if you wanna update it to what we discussed tonight, and then put out the final. And really, I mean, cause it really has to be, but what is the date again, Christie? It's
It's due in December 1st.
December.
Yeah,
Oh, God, I thought it was doing-
that is not a hard date,
Oh.
okay?
Okay,
But
rolling
it
date,
can't
but
be.
let's make it a hard date, so we can
It-
close this up, we need to move on.
As far as you guys are concerned, it's a hard date.
It's a hard date.
Okay.
They all read through it and then they discuss it at a council meeting?
Should they read through
I
it?
know.
It will go in the council packet and it'll
Okay.
get this as a resolution. I mean, it's up to you, like, I mean, this is just for review, or you're not asking them for.
Yeah, I mean, But no, I can highlight that in the memo, no comments, this is done.
You know, the mayor or the council is gonna pick up the phone and speak to you and say, how are you guys with this thing, is everything okay? I envision that's usually what happens, is they pick up.
If only it were that simple.
Yeah,
But, no, I think if we could, when do you think you could have a?
I'll have it done tomorrow.
Okay, and then if you
I'll
forward it to
forward it to
us,
you guys.
and
Just
we
read it
can.
home.
Yeah, send it over to Christie and then she can distribute it.
She'll
and
distribute
then,
it, and then, you know, if you guys have any additional comments that we missed tonight.
Yeah.
Send them to me, I'll take care of that right
And-
away.
And when is the next council meeting, Christie?
October 14th,
Okay,
but the package go out.
Oh,
the week
Tuesday?
before.
is it? Yeah, Tuesdays, yeah.
Yeah, because of Columbus Day,
That's right. Okay, so,
so
when do you
the
have
packets
it?
have to be, and this would have to be done almost a week before to go into the council packets for review, so it
So
would either be
Monday.
for the 14th. Or if you, the 27th of October.
Okay, I think we should. I mean, if it would be great if we could get it into the 14th meeting and move it along, but. You have the 27th, everybody good with the 14th? I mean, I feel, let's shoot for it. Okay, all right.
To be done by Friday?
Well, Bill said he's gonna,
I'll take
he'll
care
have
of
the
it
final
tomorrow.
draft done tomorrow.
This will be number 9, and it'll have all the comments that we had tonight.
What,
And
So the
then,
packets go out the 8th, so.
so we have,
Oh,
It's
okay.
next week.
I'm sorry, I thought you said it would have to be done by like 2 days from now. Like, I'm gonna read
No,
it before then.
Well, what? We need somebody,
This is my weekend reading.
somebody who wasn't here tonight. Reads it with it, because it haven't been part of the, I don't know, just to read it with a fresh. Thing.
well, anyway, I think we
Just make
can
sure.
count on ourselves to read
I
through it.
know, but I just was thinking.
Yeah, good command of the English language, I think, well,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
My question, Bill, just one question, the purpose of having this,
yes,
is this, once we have this, does it allow us to get grants? We have this and we can apply for grants, is
Yes.
this? Okay, so I read somewhere that it makes it easier to get a grant if you have a specific goal in here that grant is gonna satisfy, like, we wanna plant this many trees, we want to plant this whole, something, I just was curious if we needed to think about what would be the hook that would ensure us getting grant monies. I mean, we don't have like a big project, like, if we had all the money in the world, what would we do?
right.
Would we buy a new water truck, and so that we could plant all these trees and hire, I mean, I don't know if that's.
Well, you do have statements about potential big plans.
Right.
in here.
Yeah, I thought the approach really from the get-go, was, you know, be specific but general.
Right.
You know, don't, and so we can leave
Here's,
it broad to
Okay.
apply for many.
Exactly.
here's an
grants
example.
That's what.
Here's an example. So the plan gets approved. And then in the meantime, you guys are working on a tree planting project. Say you're gonna tear up a whole bunch of concrete along River Road, cause you're gonna do that with cat, and all of a sudden the state frees up some money
Mhm.
for tree planting. You apply for the grant, and they will fund concrete removal with trees in.
Okay.
And so you're, as you go through this, here it is, we need $100,000 for trees.
Mhm.
It's in the plan. No plan, you apply for it, it would absolutely qualify.
Okay.
That's, I just wanted to
You're
make
gonna-
sure.
you mentioned-
It's supposed to be a living, breathing document, so like we could amend the plan to include a big project.
Yeah.
Like it's a plan, but that doesn't mean that you can't.
You can envision everything,
Right.
especially 5 years down the road,
Right.
but you do have big projects in here.
Sure.
You
And
have language for big projects in here.
I always assumed that, you know, the plan was more of a, like, hey, this town is on top of it. Like, you know, so when we do apply for things, we did set forth goals, we are. Explaining how terrific Fairhaven is and on top of everything.
I don't think that anybody can read this plan and not come to the conclusion that you guys are on top of it.
There you go.
Seriously, I do. I think that that's what's gonna come across
Okay.
on this. It's good, it's specific where it needs to be. And it gives you opportunities that don't restrict you as well. Now to be qualified for grants, you need this approved, okay? You need your CEUs. You need your core, you need at least 2 people core trained, at least 2 people with CEUs, and then complete your AAR in February 1st. I guess you do that, right, Christie?
Yep.
Yeah, that, go over. In forest fire, we call it after action report, so I can't remember what it means, annual accomplishment report, I think.
Yeah.
For this. But I'll have these changes and sent to you tomorrow.
Great, appreciate it, thanks, Bill.
It's been a pleasure, it really has. If we have to meet one more time, we have to meet one more time. You don't have a problem with the deadline. Because you're ahead of just about everybody that's got been ahead so far. I think they've only had 3 or 4 plans submitted to them, and I don't think they've approved any of them yet. At least at the last meeting, they hadn't approved any.
Let's go, let's just go.
So Do we need to get it approved by the Forest Services and then our council, or we?
No,
Yeah.
it's the other way around. Yeah, it has to be sent in with the mayor's
Oh, okay.
signature. And I suppose he or she has to. That needs a council resolution before he or she can sign it as well, I guess. Is
Yeah,
that the
that's
process?
correct.
Okay. And then they usually they're pretty good at reviewing it, and if there's any comments, they'll send the comments. And might be clarifying this, or you left this out. You know, this needs to be in section B instead of C kind of thing. And the changes are made,
Gotcha.
and then I'll make the changes if that's the case and send them to you.
Okay,
And if you say it's okay, then that's how it goes. I'll be, I'll send it out to them. And I'll copy you guys on whatever, so.
okay. Great, thank you.
So if we send it out to the commission tomorrow, which is October 2nd, all comments would be due by Tuesday the 7th.
Okay,
But then he's gotta turn around again, then we get it to the mayor. if there's any
no comments,
So-
everybody.
I'm just being realistic, so I
Yeah.
don't wanna put you under the gun again, like 2 times in 2 weeks, like. I don't
April
want to turn around.
3rd,
That's what you're paying me for. So,
Second,
By Monday.
Monday, yep, Monday, any comments, Monday at noon, deadline. So Monday, 6 a.m. East deadline. Yeah, except
Bill, you added
cuddle up on a nice Sunday.
the Third Street Trail thing in there.
all the stuff that you.
Albums, everything I put in there.
It's all.
Yeah.
I mean, check it out, but I It's in-
Trees in your backyard. Could be anytime. It's down.
did you guys make the meeting? I think that the Freehold Soil Conservation folks met with. Some folks at Fairhaven Fields about getting a forest stewardship plan for that too. And they met with Nick, I think, as well. He was in that meeting.
They're kind of doing that on their own. I don't think we're, like,
Okay.
that was a little bit confusing in here, because I think they're gonna do that directly.
Okay, they being,
What?
they
The,
being,
the natural area advisory.
okay, there was a fellow that, I didn't attend the meeting, but, they talked to a couple people, including Nick. I thought there was a shade tree person on it.
I had to miss the meeting.
Okay. So from what I understand, I think the application's gone in. They
Yeah,
have a deadline for it, so, I think they met that deadline, so it's under
yeah,
consideration.
Tim was in charge of it. Yeah.
Tim Thomas, yeah. So, good. They're a good
Alright.
group. So, okay,
Very good.
anything else for me?
That's it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Hey, been my pleasure. Send me that,
Talk
I'll
to you.
take care of this stuff and send it off to you guys tomorrow, all right?
Appreciate it. Thank you, Bill.
Well,
Drive safely.
yeah, that,
Dear.
too.
Yeah. It's one way to take them down. All right, now we're moving on. Fall resident tree buying program.
Yeah, so. So not as many trees this spring, but 28 trees in total are going in. Which includes 2 replacement trees, so 26. And 5 of those were the trees that Shade Tree is funding, the elm and then the 4 tulip trees. So.
Are we funding you?
Oh,
No,
you're right,
it was-
you're right, we're not,
Yeah,
yeah, my
yeah,
fault,
yeah.
yes, I'm
Yep.
sorry, that's right. So yeah, 28, Magnolia and Dogwood were our most popular. I think, it's interesting, the decision by Fernbrook to kind of walk away from the evergreens, I'm curious about that. Really.
Discussing whether that was just for this program or at all.
She made it seem to me that they were walking away from evergreens altogether, but when I go down to. The New Jersey,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Center.
yes, I will ask about that, because I know that we weren't the only town that was a little upset about that decision, so. Anyway, that's where we are at, we got the PO today, so I would presume that. They'll be planted in a couple weeks, but we don't have a date yet.
The tulips.
What's
The
that?
tulips will be planted. huh?
Yeah, yeah, everything,
We need that water truck.
yeah.
Should we'll pick one up, a couple weeks.
So I don't know, like, I guess I'm thinking also if it's not the evergreen. My only. My only thought is like, how. Do we make this, easier for people to actually participate in, or like, I think that document. Has a lot of information, but maybe it's cumbersome, like, I keep going back to the idea that we should have, like, this should be like a web-based ordering thing, but. I'm not going there. I don't know if
Right.
anybody else-
It's
Yeah,
a whole, yeah, a whole
Yeah.
other administrative level. Christie, I
right,
mean, so, I mean, they're filling out the forms and they're.
it's a Google form,
Yeah.
but like all the information it's a lot of pages, like, so it has. The cover page, it has the firm but grand guarantee, it has the list of all the trees, and then it goes in individually. A description of the tree with a picture, like, so it becomes, I don't know, how many pages is it, like
18.
18, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's
It's
just
one
long,
page per tree.
two trees per
Yeah.
page. Like, so it's a lot, like, I wouldn't read it, and
Yeah.
I make it, like. you know,
How big is the warranty page? Is that just one page?
It's just a page, yeah.
We could probably make a status statement and just say this is guaranteed.
I don't know, like, I don't know, like, that's what I'm saying, I don't think that, like, the content isn't bad, the content is good, like. If you actually look at it, you're like, this needs to be web-based, like, it can't be a PDF that's being like,
Right.
So anyway, if anybody has any thoughts on that, I don't know if you've ever looked at it, because, again, it's big.
Yeah.
But a lot of those pages, I'm assuming, are trees that are offered.
They are,
Right,
so
so-
it has a list, like, it has the list of the trees, it's one page, and it has like. Shade trees, flowering trees, whatever, like, this is what's offered with the prices, and then it goes into like. Each page after it will have like two trees on it, it has a picture of the tree and a description of the tree, which includes like. How big it will be, how fast it grows, what it likes, like what it will look like if it flowers, if it turns orange in the fall. Blah, 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 blah. Like, kind of like those sales details, I don't know, like three or four sentences for
Right.
each tree. So. I mean, we don't want somebody to have to be like, oh, what is a dogwood and this varietal, and like you have to, there it is. And you have to like go look it up, so it's I was trying to make it so people don't have to go. Find
Yeah.
information about the tree, but it just becomes, it's a lot,
Yeah, but it's so important. I mean, all that's like it,
right? So each, so you offering,
Also, so what am I saying? 18? How would
So every page
I'd
you can
say
hit
it's
the order
close
form.
because it's no longer.
yeah, every foot, like it, clicks through to the order form, which is just a Google Doc. That thankfully Krista does for me, but, so. Anyway, if anybody has any thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think it's a good document.
Yeah, I think
It's a good document, but it's just a lot.
Yeah, you gotta get the trees out there, you gotta know which ones you're, yeah.
I mean, did people complain about
No, I'm just,
wondering
to
why?
me, I'm like, this isn't easy, like, to kind of. Get out there, like, it's just.
Hmm.
Because it's a lot of information. Anyway, maybe like when I go in. Down to the New Jersey thing, like the other towns that are there will also, we could, I know that Manasquan does a web-based. Like he probably makes, they have a web page, like their Shade Tree Commission has a web page.
And they do the ordering through there.
I believe so, yeah. But then like I don't, who's gonna maintain a website for us? I don't know, not me.
Right.
So. I mean, I'm not good at that, so.
Beyond my skill set.
Yeah.
that's for
Is
sure.
there a budget for a web developer? They need to get one off.
That'd be a new line item.
What's
Yeah,
that?
new line item in our budget. I mean, that could be we're getting off topic here, but I mean, well, not really, but, I mean, maybe that could be like a high school kid. Is that is that a thing?
Who's not, no, nobody wants to manage a high school kid.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just, I mean,
Well-
just like, you could hire.
Have them,
Yeah. Well, I can see what we could put as a new agenda item for coming meetings, is maybe discuss something.
yeah, I mean,
Doesn't
maybe
have
I'll
to be
just come
regular.
back with like what the other people are doing.
Okay.
And then,
When are you going down there? Is it coming up?
in a couple weeks,
Couple weeks, okay.
16, 17.
16?
16th.
Alright. Okay. We'll put it up there.
I'm so excited that Jill's coming.
If you didn't know Jill's a panelist.
Yeah, Jill's a panelist.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, put that in the minutes, that, you know,
You're right.
Jill is gonna be.
Well, we'll get a panel, another new agenda item, panelist update.
Um, speaking of which, like, I'm hoping that I'm gonna talk to this guy Kevin, before we go down there.
Kevin from,
Borough, he's the one who organized it.
Oh.
Yeah,
he won't call you,
I don't know, I haven't seen it, I don't know, maybe I have to.
text him
I've
early in
never
the
seen
morning,
anything.
that's.
Other than his free code for you.
Right, okay, all
Do you
right,
have a cell phone?
I don't, can you give it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, well, we don't have Councilman LaBarbera here. We have been, there's no specific updates from him, we've been in touch with each other regarding the planting coming up at the field, so everything is on board, the council was very receptive to the idea, so, I mean, obviously, we've already ordered trees, and so that was.
That's good.
So that's moving along, so we're good there. So we're on proposed new agenda items. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, so let's make sure, so Burnbrook will plant them.
Mhm.
And we need to make sure that the fence, who's gonna do that? Are we doing that?
The fence, the trunk fencing,
Clean the fence around the tree, because
So
they're
we-
right in the middle of the field, they're
right,
prime
we
deer.
did order the trunk wrap and the gator bag, I know you're questioning
Trunk
how,
wrap.
well, what do we,
The deer.
Peter, the
Oh.
trunk,
Oh,
what do we
The
call
trunk
it?
wrap.
Trunk wrap.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what we
that's
call it.
coming,
So it's
oh,
like,
okay.
yeah,
Oh,
so we have that, and gator bags
Perfect,
coming
okay,
on each tree.
and they just need to be mulched.
Okay. Well, is that part of the install?
No, no,
It's just not part of the
no.
install.
Okay. Alright. So,
So what are you saying, who's gonna mulch?
I'm just saying somebody has to mulch, I mean, I could go pick up some mulch on Thirsty Trail and bring it over and do it, which is what I did to the other trees. I mean, I feel like this is what we're missing, this,
I didn't even think about mulch, I
well,
didn't
it's
think
it's
it's,
super important to keep the moisture in, you know, and to protect the. You know, keep the weeds out and so they don't mind the.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just really important, right now, particularly, we'll probably go into a drought
is
again.
there Christmas tree mulch that was back there?
Yeah, I think way back. Maybe.
Way back, way last year.
No.
But, no, no way, was
You
it?
planted it with the Salem Oaks, wasn't that 2 years ago?
No,
Yeah.
the Christmas tree last year was, like, had the extra, branches stuck in it, didn't it?
No, that was
Last
last
Christmas was the first Christmas of the new Christmas tree,
Oh, it was?
so, right, yeah, so, yeah, I think so.
Okay,
We planted it,
I thought we missed it, you know.
not the same time we planted the Salem Oaks, it wasn't that time,
It
you and I were at the school. No,
No,
oh, maybe,
it was the same.
The
It was the
Christmas
same.
tree contract was executed in 2024.
2024.
Oh, it was time.
In March?
yeah,
April was
April.
signed,
So
so
it
it
was
was
the same
planted in May or April last.
I think it was.
you and I walked over there,
Yeah,
I don't think it was the same time we were planting the Salem
was
Oaks,
last
though.
year.
That was
Last year.
Dave and Kevin and somebody else was there.
it was last year. You know what I was thinking is that we passed another Arbor Day with Salem Oaks. That's what I'm thinking.
We went into
Okay.
the school when we planted the Salem Oaks.
Yeah.
That was that same day, the kids came out.
Okay,
All right, anybody new agenda items?
so can we start doing this priority planting list and add that as something that we update and we, like, I don't know,
Sure, so,
I don't know.
priority meaning locations.
Just we add,
Yeah,
keep adding,
list of
you know, as,
locations, yeah.
I mean, people are gonna come to us and say, I think that this is a great place, just keep adding to the list. And keep a running list of what we think, and we can change things around, just say, this is where we want to plant trees. And then, you know, we can start working on, okay, those are the locations. Sherry, what tree would work? We can set the tools for this, we can kind of have it all organized so that when we decide we have money,
Get the water truck.
and when we get the water truck, we'll be ready to go. You know, just kind of organize, because I feel like we don't have an organized planting plan. We don't.
Right.
We need one.
Okay.
Right.
Let's go,
Okay.
priority planning. Next agenda item. So again, everybody, Bonnie, what do you think? Everybody comes with ideas? Are we scouting them? Are we taking recommendations? Anything we can? Okay.
Susan? Yeah,
Talk to Leah about putting it on our website.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Alright. It's on the agenda, next meeting.
Education programs. This thing that I went to last night at the Borough Library was so good. And we're supposed to be doing this, we're supposed to be doing educational. And the fact that they coordinated with the Environmental Commission and their garden club. And Shade Tree, so they had 3 organizations with all those members and all those connections. And it was, you know, everybody came in there and built this wonderful presentation on just planting trees, what you need to worry about, how you should prune them. You know, just, and it was just an interesting in what kind of animals and he went into bathhouses. I mean, it was just a really fun conversation about taking care of your yard and making it a nice little habitat kind of thing. And so I just was wondering if we could think about doing something like that. We have a new community center. And just hosting these speakers, you know.
I would talk to Kelly Flanagan, because the EC's already has a quarterly schedule of collaborative education series.
Are they just starting?
Yeah, the
Oh.
last couple of their meetings, they're planning to do something for stormwater in the fall, energy in the winter, invasives, hopefully a collab with shade tree in the spring. So they're already,
Okay, but nothing about trees.
well, she was thinking invasives, trees.
Well, I included Kelly on that email I sent you,
Okay,
and Nancy Bosco is the head of the garden club.
okay,
So just thought we could just start talking.
spitballing,
Yeah, I just talked to Kelly, because like I said, they have something.
Yeah, so that's,
Calendar. already.
but I don't know, what do you think, what do you guys think about that? Think it would
well,
people.
we can put it on for discussion. Yeah.
Okay.
I think collaborating with others would be great, and like kind of sharing ideas and sharing the work would be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, Little Silver has these wonderful workshops on like Sundays or whatever, and they invite, I just went to one on birding, they had the gal who used to work at Little Society.
Are we having a discussion now, or are we gonna have it at the next meeting?
Oh. Well, I was just saying that Little Silver has a really nice program in place, and it's, you know, they don't.
Come with the ideas.
All right, I'm so done. Trying to follow the directions.
It's almost 9:00. Anybody else? New agenda items?
No.
Oh, one last thing, do we
Why
want?
do I
to
ask? Why do?
Do the 250th celebration, right, this big townwide event, right, there's.
Is it?
Yeah,
Twice.
the semi-sesquicentennial.
It's a big one.
Some, yeah, well, I mean, we have a committee that's doing it, I mean,
Okay.
Susan Sorens for some of the stuff they're doing. That elm tree is gonna be planted.
Uh-huh.
But that's not our deal, that's the Sons of the American Revolution. Do we wanna plant a tree in honor of, I mean. We planted in 1976, they planted the tree by Bicentennial Hall, do we wanna plant a tree in honor?
When is this?
The
July 4th.
July 4th.
We were talking about the tree being planted for the 200, so,
So this
yeah, that's
is,
fine, so July 4th.
well, we don't.
You wanna talk about it now?
We don't
You wanna-
plant it on July 4th, I don't think.
No, alright,
We're going to plant it in honor of our 250th anniversary of our country.
okay,
Do we want to talk about, do we want to do something like this?
sure, absolutely we do.
Okay, so should we put that on the agenda to discuss what we're gonna plant and where we're gonna plant it?
We can work with Jill and the tree buying program and get a tree.
In
In spring.
May, right, April, May.
We could all,
And you could make it why don't you just add it to the priority tree planting list?
Or we could all chip in and, this from the shade. Just a thought.
We have shade tree money. Who you might.
I don't know.
Everybody want to throw in $50?
No, I don't know, I mean, just a thought, whatever you wanna do, I don't know if people wanna do that, or if you wanna just take it out of budget.
Yeah. Sure.
I just started.
I guess not. If everybody else does it, I guess I have to, but yeah, that's fine.
Switch through.
Yeah, absolutely we should.
Okay.
Alright. I thought you were trying to plant something along with the Elmwood that's the elm.
No, it's different, it's totally different,
No, I understand that, but
but that is going to.
you mentioned it together, that's
Oh,
what
well, only because I,
So, yeah,
that
that's
we had,
coming up.
I thought the location had changed since they presented to us, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a playground at Fairhaven Hill
We should
Shore.
plant 250 trees.
Sweet. Yeah.
And Bonnie, you should water every one of them.
Let's amend the plan.
Come with a list next meeting, or don't come at all.
I know, well, I mean, we could do seedlings, 250 seedlings, I
Oh
mean,
my
that would be. actually-
Anyway, public comment,
Maybe the natural area will do that.
anyone, anyone,
Like 200.
anyone, Susan, no comments? Christie, anybody out there in Zoom land for public comment?
Mr. McCabe is here,
He's
but
not public,
but there's no attending.
right?
Alright, motion to adjourn?
Second, third, fourth, and.
Yeah, these are up one.
Don't worry, unless it's the very, very bottom.
It's the top of the night.
Oh,
Watching that meltdown yesterday, it's just.
yeah, that was sad.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you. Oh. So we do mention we have to get your swag stuff.